gentlemen, welcome to C103 and Good Guys Radio TV Sports Special Presentation. I'm Don Bowles along with Craig Campbell. We are at Eastern High School. They're going to host the Peebles Lady Indians right after this as we begin the Southern Hills Community Bank Tip-Off Show here on Good Guys Radio TV and C103.
Team sports teach the young men and women of our community how to work together to achieve a common goal. They also reinforce other character traits such as respect, dedication, and self-discipline. The family of Wallace Thompson Funeral Homes with locations in Peebles, Seaman, and Winchester salute the teams of the Southern Hills Athletic Conference and wish you the best of luck. The family of Wallace Thompson Funeral Homes, providing the care and service that you and your family deserve.
Who is Barry Chevrolet? Why don't you ask your friends and neighbors? Because after 70 years and 4 generations in the automotive industry, odds are we've made a happy customer out of somebody you know. Hard-working, proud Americans drive Chevrolets, and that's why we sell them at Barry's. Hats off to everybody driving a Silverado truck. You're my kind of people. Barry Chevrolet, your best deal dealer.
Our beliefs matter. They're reflected in our words and actions. At First State Bank, we believe in treating people well, and we've been doing just that since 1884. Listening, caring, looking out for each other. It's what people deserve. It's what a real local bank does. While lots of things have changed over the years, our belief in the people of this community hasn't. First State Bank, built on belief. Member FDIC.
Taste the snappy tomato pizza difference for yourself. Order from Seaman at 937-386-1010 or from West Union at 937-544-5583. Order online at snappytomato.com.
Welcome back to the Southern Hills Community Bank Tip-Off Show. It's the Eastern Lady Warriors hosting the Peebles Indians. Peebles Indians, third place in Division I of the SHAC. They're 8-2 in league play. They are 16-2 overall. They score 52.1 points per game, give up 35, 17-point margin. That's pretty cool. They have 2 players in double figures, Peyton Johnson and Abigail Smalley. Craig, this team's won 12 games in a row.
Yeah, they have peaked at a good time here coming into tournament time. They're looking really good.
Eastern Brown on the other side. This is a nice ball club. Their record doesn't show it, and I'll tell you why in a minute. They're 4-7 in league play, 4th place. They're 6-10 overall. They score only 33.5 points per game, give up 39.5. What'd you hear there? Well, that's a 6-point deficit. What's their problem? They struggle scoring, don't they?
Yeah, when you're averaging 33.5 points per game, you've got to have some better scoring than that to win a lot of ball games.
Well, and fundamentally, Eastern is always going to be good. And this is a program that is used to winning. The other interesting part about tonight, though, not only is Eastern a team that's used to winning and used to being better than what they are as far as scoring, these two teams already met. They met January 18th. And, Craig, it was an interesting outcome. It was an interesting outcome because they held Peyton Johnson, the leading scorer in the league, to what?
12 points and 12 shots. She went 5 for 12 from the field and only had 12 points. So that's a good defensive game plan by Coach Pickerel, but I find that hard. It will happen again.
As prolific as Peyton Johnson is, I think what they did is they locked her in the locker room. I'm not sure, but I'm anxious to see what they're going to do tonight. We'll take a quick break. We're back. The Southern Hills Community Bank Tip-Off Show continues right after this on Good Guys Radio TV and C103.
Gas mileage is very important when the price of gas just keeps going up. And if you're driving around on old worn-out tires, you're wasting gas. Vehicle out of alignment? That's another gas sucker. Check engine light on? Yep, that's just more gas down the tailpipe. Get the most out of every gallon of gas with a visit to Tanya's Tires, Service and Rental in West Union. Located on Lloyd Road between West Union High School and West Union Elementary. Call 937-544-4106 to schedule your appointment today. Trust Tanya's care for your auto repair at Tanya's Tire Service and Rental in West Union. Now offering alignments and service for tractor tires.
I wanted to prove to myself that I could go to college and get my degree.
What if I went to Southern State? What if I'm able to go and become that nurse or that lawyer or that teacher? Southern State Community College allows students to rise above the circumstances that they're surrounded by and become something more than they ever dreamed possible.
That's the sound of your truck losing you money. Whether you're a major trucking operation or an independent owner, you're losing business. Let me give you some advice. Call Willie & Son Trucking. Their certified Caterpillar, Cummins, and Detroit experts can get your truck moving so you can get back to doing business. Call Willie & Son Trucking for an overhaul or glider kit rebuild at 937-763-9521. Keep your business rolling with Willie & Son Trucking.
Do you have a roofing or siding project? At Higgins, they manufacture steel roofing and siding every business day. With 17 colors in stock and 70,000 pieces of trim, they are prepared to ship your project immediately. Remember Higgins for your 40-year warranted, Energy Star compliant, American-made steel roofing and siding. Located 7 miles west of Hillsboro on US Route 50 and on AC Avenue, just off 35 in Jackson. Call 800-782-4239 or visit them on the web at higginsroofing.com.
With Craig Campbell, it's now time to look at the rosters for both these ball clubs.
All righty, for the Peebles Lady Indians, they are head coached by Sidney Pell, assisted by Adam Carroll and Kyle Smalley. Athletic director is Josh Airy and principal Steve Appleman. Superintendent is Miss Dawn Wallace. The roster, Riley Barr, number 3, she's a 5'6 senior. A 5'4 junior, Lydia Maddox, wears number 5. Laney Barr, number 10, is a 5'4 junior. Standing at 5'5", but a freshman, Alyssa Smalley, is number 11. 23, Peyton Johnson is a 5'7 senior. A junior, 5'9", Abigail Smalley, wears number 32. Number 33, Cadence Carroll, is a 5'11 senior. A 6-foot junior, Angel Gray, is number 40. And also a junior at 5'4", Maria Unger, wears number 44. For the Eastern Lady Warriors, their head coach, Kevin Pickrell, in his 10th year, assisted by Debbie Forsyth, Allison Malott, Tori Utter, and trainer Jessica Baker, athletic director Jared Jodry, principal Guy Hopkins, and superintendent Jordan Michael. Number 0, Jenna Mobley, is a 5'2 senior. A freshman, 5'4", Olivia Ewell, is number 4. Vivian Grimes, number 2, is a 5'4 sophomore. Annie Grimes, a 5'2 senior, wears number 3. Lily Yupa, number 11, is a 5'6 junior. A sophomore, 5'8", Alyssa Johnston, number 12. Madison Gould will wear number 14, and she's a 5'4 senior. Also a senior at 5'8", Emily Belmont, wears number 15. Tabby Schumacher, number 20, is a 5'9 junior. A 5'6 senior, Emma Litzinger, is number 24. And Clara Martin wears number 42, and she is a 5'4 junior.
Thank you much, Craig. We're about to have tip-off. We're right back after this with starters and our first basket right after this on Good Guys Radio TV and C103 as we complete the Southern Hills Community Bank tip-off show.
In this community, they call the fire department when the days go bad and they don't know what to do.
There'll be a family member and will come up and give me a hug or shake my hand and say, hey, you took care of my dad X number of years ago. And they just wanted to say thank you and how much it meant to them. Things like that just keep me going. I'm ready to come back and do it again.
I try to take pride in every single thing that I do. When I'm needed in the community, I don't want them to ever think that I could have done more.
And that's the beauty of volunteers. There's nothing stronger than the heart of a volunteer.
Back, ladies and gentlemen, as I said, that concludes the Southern Hills Community Bank tip-off show. And now here's Craig again with the starters for both these ball clubs.
For the Peebles Lady Indians, Lydia Maddox, Peyton Johnson, Abigail Smalley, Cadence Carroll, and Angel Gray. And for your Eastern Lady Warriors, Jenna Mobley, Emily Belmont, Tabby Schumacher, Emma Litzinger, and Clara Martin.
Thank you much. And their players are taking the floor. Let's talk about the referees. How about that?
Yeah, we have another team out there, Mr. James Turner, Mr. Mike Evans, and Mr. Brent Gilliland.
They're about to tip it off center court out there. It will be Tabby Schumacher jumping it off against Miss Angel Gray, and it's controlled by Eastern. Jenna Mobley will set the offense. Inside they'll go with a little leaner up off the glass. It's up, and Tabby Schumacher is going to go to the foul line. Boy, that was quick, wasn't it?
That was a nice little play down to the low block. Got down there, and Cadence Carroll will pick up her first foul of the game.
And only 11 seconds gone in the first quarter. We're already at the foul line. Schumacher's first foul shot is good, making a 1-0 score with 7:49 to go in the first quarter. Eastern has their first lead. Second foul shot, nope, that popped out. Rebound Carroll. Out to Johnson. Johnson dribbles ahead. She's out off the left wing to start things here. As they'll go left side for a quick shot. Up, it's a three-shot up and good. Lydia Maddox puts Peebles up 3-1 with 7:34 to go in the first.
Full court 2-2-1 pressure by Peebles.
And with the ball ahead, it's Martin. We're going to get what?
An over and back call.
Turnover, Eastern Lady Warriors. Eastern in this ball game, they're wearing their home whites with red numerals trimmed in black, and they'll work to our left. Working to our right, it's the Peebles Lady Indians. They'll have red uniforms, white numerals trimmed in blue. Their colors red, white, and blue. Peyton Johnson once again will set the offense. She's being defended by two players. Yes, you heard me. Shot from the corner, up for a three. That was Maddox again. Nope, no good. Out of bounds off Smalley. Eastern will get the ball trailing 3-1.
Lydia Maddox with no hesitation hit that first one and went ahead and shot that second one real close.
After the game, we'll sit down with the winning coach. As a steal of the basketball, Johnson puts it up. She is fouled, and she'll go to the foul line to shoot two.
Foul goes against Jenna Mobley of the Lady Warriors.
Once again, after the game, we'll sit down with the winning coach for coach's comments. Show brought to you by ACRMC Family Medicine. You know, they support us so much. They do the coaches' comment show, football, volleyball, basketball, baseball, softball. They do it all, supporting the community and providing great health care as well. Peyton Johnson hits the first foul shot, and she misses the second. Rebound down Schumacher. Out ahead quickly there, Martin. Martin out off the left wing. She'll go just inside the arc on the left side. Shot no good. Rebound out Smalley for Peebles. Johnson again. And I will admit, Craig, I'm a little surprised, especially on the Peebles side of things. Not a real big crowd tonight. But the Peebles Indians, they've won 12 in a row. They're 16-2 on the season, and not a big crowd. Maybe it's because it's Monday night.
Monday night, a little bit dreary outside for sure.
Maddox tried a bounce pass into Carroll. She couldn't hang on to it, so that's a turnover. The score 4-1. Peebles with the lead. 6:39 to go in the first quarter. In the backcourt, Mobley has it. She'll go over there left side to Litzinger. Litzinger in trouble, goes back to Mobley. We're working on a 10-second, and they'll get the 10-second count. It'll be a turnover against Eastern.
I often admire that they have Angel Gray out at the top on this pressure, and she is tall and long, and that causes a lot of trouble.
Well, and it's interesting, folks. You want to, when you look at it, when I look at it, you think, it's the ball handler. No, it's not the ball handler. It's the people on the other end that's got to get the pass. You can't throw that pass. You can't move it up the floor if nobody's open. And that's the long arms and long reach by Angel Gray. Peyton Johnson off the glass and in for a three. Make it 7-1 now. Peebles up by 6 with 6:02 to go in the first.
That was just a little inside the arc, Don.
Steal of the ball, Johnson. She'll find Gray off the left side and make it 8-1 now. And almost knocked away it is. Maddox Smalley for a three. Nope. Rebound loose on the floor. It'll be out off Peebles. So Eastern will have the ball.
5 quick turnovers for Eastern on all against this pressure.
And that's not something you expect from an Eastern ball club. We talked about them struggling on offense, but they're still a real nice defensive and ball handling ball club. The big game is set. Join us for coverage this Super Sunday right here on C103 as the San Francisco 49ers battle the Kansas City Chiefs. Coverage begins at 2 p.m. with kickoff set for 6:30 from Las Vegas. What do you think, Craig? You like who's in the Super Bowl?
No.
I don't either.
Blatantly, being a Bengals fan, I do not like the Chiefs.
Turnover. We'll go back the other way. And I know a lot of the Bengals fans are rooting for Baltimore, but, oh, man, I like Detroit hasn't been there in so long.
Yeah. So
long. And it looked like they were going to be so good. Carroll up off the glass and in. Make it 10-1. Timeout on the floor. We're back after this. The Good Guys Radio TV and C103.
Team sports teach the young men and women of our community how to work together to achieve a common goal. They also reinforce other character traits such as respect, dedication, and self-discipline. The family of Wallace Thompson Funeral Homes with locations in Peebles, Seaman, and Winchester salute the teams of the Southern Hills Athletic Conference and wish you the best of luck. The family of Wallace Thompson Funeral Homes, providing the care and service that you and your family deserve.
Who is Barry Chevrolet? Why don't you ask your friends and neighbors? Because after 70 years and 4 generations in the automotive industry, odds are we've made a happy customer out of somebody you know. Hard-working, proud Americans drive Chevrolets, and that's why we sell them at Barry's. Hats off to everybody driving a Silverado truck. You're my kind of people. Barry Chevrolet, your best deal dealer.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Off the timeout, Eastern with the ball. Quick shot, Litzinger up, no good. Rebound back down. Peyton Johnson once again. Out ahead, left side, Smalley. Back to Johnson. Now right side, Maddox for a 3-shot off the glass and in. Lydia Maddox hits her second 3.
She has just doubled her season average already.
She's feeling pretty good, and that was a bank shot, no less. Mobley in the backcourt throws it way ahead to Schumacher. We'll get a foul called against Eastern.
Cadence Carroll with the excuse me foul, but that is number 2 on her. And she's going to be subbed out by Riley Barr.
Has to be disappointing to Cadence. 4 minutes and 6 seconds to go in our first quarter. Shot up, no good. Rebound backside. Johnson again. Johnson dribbles off the right side, goes to Smalley. Peebles has jumped out to a huge lead. Can Maddox do it 3 times in a row? She cannot. And we'll get a foul away from the basketball by Peebles.
Abigail Smalley a little too aggressive on the box out, or attempt at the offensive rebound.
Scoreboard update brought to you by the tax professionals at H&R Block in West Union. What's the score? Well, it's 13-1. Peebles with the lead. And Eastern can ill afford to dig this hole any deeper. They don't score a lot. Mobley in the corner. They go left side to Martin for a 3. It's up. That'll help. First field goal of the quarter. Makes it 13-4 now. They'll cut that lead to single digits. Smalley has it way out off the wing. Then they'll find Gray driving down to the left low block. Errant shot put back off the right side. Up and in, Riley Barr.
Riley Barr right off the bench into the scoring column.
3 minutes, 10 seconds to go first quarter. Bounce pass goes right side to Mobley. Back over the left side there to Litzinger. And they'll find Schumacher in off the left side. Up and in, and Eastern scores 5 quick points. 2:53 to go in our first quarter. The score, 15-6. Bounce pass right side to Maddox, and then they'll find Barr on the right low block, up and in.
Peebles getting whatever they want on the offensive end, it looks like.
Yeah, that Eastern defense pretty porous right now. And now they go to Schumacher into the corner to Martin. Skip pass back over to Mobley. Now they'll go just briefly at the elbow to Belmont. Now a 3-shot up. It's good. Clara Martin pulls her team
Two
back
quick
with
threes.
an 8.
Sorry about that, Don.
No, you're fine.
2 quick threes by Clara Martin.
Good stuff. 2:08 to go in our first quarter. 17-9 the score now. Smalley, long 3 out top. She buries it. Start to say she bottoms it. I don't know how you bottom a 3, but 20-9. That leads back to an 11-point game. Bounce pass again to Mobley. Skip pass back over here to Martin. Now to Letzinger. Belmont. Shot up. Nope. Rebound. Smalley. Smalley in the backcourt. Has the ball taken away. Martin. Good defense there on the part of Martin. Bounce pass to Schumacher. Schumacher loses it away. And Litzinger will hold it up for Eastern. To Belmont. Back over to Schumacher. And again, Eastern loses it away. Maddox on the drive, kicks it out to Johnson. Johnson, loose ball, turnover. Eastern had it, but no, they'll turn it back over. Back out to Johnson. Johnson, closely guarded, goes to Smalley. Smalley at the baseline. Shot, nope. She'll shoot 2.
Tabby Schumacher with the foul for the Eastern Lady Warriors.
At halftime, our producer will bring you the Higgins Steel Roofing Studio Update. Sarah Rigdon, our studio producer tonight. And she'll catch you up to date on scores and today's biggest headlines.
Maria Unger into the game for the Lady Indians and Madison Gould for the Eastern Warriors. Smalley now with 5 quick points, made both of those.
22-9 the score. Peebles leads the Eastern Lady Warriors. Emma Letzinger, 5'6" senior with the basketball. She'll kick it left side there to Schumacher. Now shot up off the left side by Gould, no good. Rebound Smalley again. The ball taken away, but she got more than basketball.
Emma Litzinger with the reach in. Her first foul, team third.
Once again, Johnson runs the point. Goes off the right side there to Maria Unger. Back to Unger it comes. Picked up there by Gould. The ball knocked away. It's loose. Gould has it. And we'll get a dual possession. And it'll stay with Peebles. Snappy Tomato Pizza in Seaman and West Union proudly serve your families and are proud to sponsor this broadcast. Snappy's, so much taste in a snap. Johnson dribbles right side. Little hook underneath. It's up and in. Peyton Johnson makes it 24-9. And that'll end the first quarter. Peebles leading. We're back after this on Good Guys Radio TV and C103.
Our beliefs matter. They're reflected in our words and actions. At First State Bank, we believe in treating people well, and we've been doing just that since 1884. Listening, caring, looking out for each other. It's what people deserve. It's what a real local bank does. While lots of things have changed over the years, our belief in the people of this community hasn't. First State Bank, built on belief. Member FDIC.
Taste the Snappy Tomato Pizza difference for yourself. Order from Seaman at 937-386-1010 or from West Union at 937-544-5583. Order online at snappytomato.com. Gas mileage is very important when the price of gas just keeps going up. And if you're driving around on old worn-out tires, you're wasting gas. Vehicle out of alignment? That's another gas sucker. Check engine light on? Yep, that's just more gas down the tailpipe. Get the most out of every gallon of gas with a visit to Tanya's Tires, Service and Rental in West Union. Located on Lloyd Road between West Union High School and West Union Elementary. Call 937-544-4106 to schedule your appointment today. Trust Tanya's care for your auto repair at Tanya's Tire, Service and Rental in West Union. Now offering alignments and service for tractor tires.
Off the inbounds right there. Peyton Johnson steals the basketball, drives in, and she scores, making it 26-9. Peebles Lady Indians leading Eastern Lady Warriors. Now the difficult part to this is Eastern only scored 23 points in their first meeting, and Peebles has already exceeded that. As Litzinger backs into the, or Belmont backs into the defense. Then from the corner, it's up and in. Madison Gould, it was a deuce. Make it 26-11.
Yeah, Eastern's going to have to find some offense, and maybe Madison Gould will be the answer.
Coming up at the half, it's the Barry Chevrolet halftime report. Stay tuned as we give you keys to the second half of the game. Smalley, shot up, nope. Rebound, Gould, tied up there with Unger. And this time the dual possession goes the way of Eastern.
Oh, he's calling a foul on that. Maria Unger with the foul for the Lady Indians.
Good game. We're not covering it. You know, we set these schedules preseason. You can't always, we do our best to predict the best games. And you know what, more often than not, I think we're pretty good at it. But another good game tonight, Lynchburg Clay versus North Adams. We'll keep you updated on the scores as we get them. Belmont has it off the right side. Big battle for first place in Division I in the SHAC. Litzinger to Gould. Back out now to Martin.
Peebles going with the man-to-man on this possession.
Litzinger goes inside his strip of the ball, but Eastern will keep it. This broadcast is brought to you in part by First State Bank, with locations throughout Ohio and Kentucky, with new locations opening soon in Maysville and Portsmouth. Shot up, nope. Rebound, back down. Eastern gets it. Martin has it out top to set the offense. Peebles letting her do anything she wants out there. Out to Belmont. Yes, Litzinger at the elbow, shot up, nope, rebound underneath. That was Barr. Out to Gray to Johnson.
Johnson being, like you said earlier, being trailed by two players at all times.
Yes, and you don't often see a player double teamed. You'll see them do what we call a chaser, which is when you have one player just absolutely stays right on the other player all the time. Rarely do you ever see anybody with two chasers on them.
Substitution for the Lady Indians, Lydia Maddox. She'll replace Abigail Smalley.
5:21 to go in the first half. 26-11. It is Peebles leading. The ball knocked out of bounds. Eastern will have it underneath their own basket. We want to thank our producer director on Good Guys Radio TV tonight, Miss Maggie Dean. Getting it done. Unger from the corner. Back out to Johnson. Johnson tries to go to Gray, and they turn it over again. Martin at the midcourt. Crossover dribble, back out. Now bounce pass right side to Belmont. And now to Schumacher. Gould for another quick shot. It's up. Nope. Rebound back down. This time it was Maddox on the basketball to Johnson. Peyton Johnson, far right side to Maddox again. Inside will take it. Johnson, no. She'll visit the charity stripe.
Foul goes against the Eastern Lady Warriors, Madison Gould.
Let's give a shout out to Williamson Trucking. We'll bring you our post-game report. Stay tuned for stats, coaches, comments, and more. That's Sean Willie and his folks. Just south of Leesburg, north of Hillsboro, all your major equipment needs. They work on those big ones.
Substitutions, Jenna Mobley and Annie Grimes in for the Lady Warriors.
Johnson hits the first foul shot.
Johnson with 8 points now in the game.
And she makes a second. Make it 28-11. Peebles with the lead. Mobley working against Johnson, and it's kicked. And Peyton knew that. She just wanted to get it stopped.
She's still smiling big.
Yes. She and the referee were both laughing because she knew exactly what she was doing. With the ball now, Annie Grimes. Grimes goes right side there to Schumacher. Bounce back to Grimes. To Belmont. And again, Eastern doing a pretty good job now taking care of the basketball. Now that they've settled down a little bit, but just struggling getting points on the board. Schumacher against Gray again. Now to Grimes. Schumacher. And back to Grimes again.
Taking care of the ball on this, but they're being very patient.
And the problem, as you know, Craig, when you take this long on offense, you got to get a good shot. The problem is you stand around so much you eventually turn it over. As a shot up off the left wing by Martin, that's probably not the shot Coach Pickrell wanted. Johnson with the rebound, 28-11 the score. Peebles leading, and they have the ball. As Unger gets it almost to the baseline. Unger now goes far left side, Maddox for a three. It's up, it's good.
Lydia Maddox, 3 for 3 on the, three three-pointers. I think she did miss one.
31-11 now it is. Eastern leading, Peebles leading Eastern. Boy, over the years, these two teams have had some matchups. This will be their second meeting. We've got timeout on the floor Eastern. We are back after this on Good Guys Radio TV and C103.
I wanted to prove to myself that I could go to college and get my degree.
What if I went to Southern State? What if I'm able to go and become that nurse or that lawyer or that teacher? Southern State Community College allows students to rise above the circumstances that they're surrounded by and become something more than they ever dreamed possible.
That's the sound of your truck losing you money. Whether you're a major trucking operation or an independent owner, you're losing business. Let me give you some advice. Call Willie & Son Trucking. Their certified Caterpillar, Cummins, and Detroit experts can get your truck moving so you can get back to doing business. Call Willie & Son Trucking for an overhaul or glider kit rebuild at 937-763-9521. Keep your business rolling with Willie & Son Trucking.
Was able to score their first basket. Martin to Schumacher. There to Litzinger. Litzinger at the elbow will have a foul against Peebles.
Foul will be on Riley Barr. The Lady Indians, her first.
Thanks to our sponsor, Adams County Medical Foundation. They ask all parents and grandparents to talk to their teens about the dangers of vaping. Download the Talk They Hear You app for more information.
Abby Schumacher off the out-of-bounds play with a nice 15-foot jumper. 4 points for her.
31-13 now. Eastern needs a bunch of them. Peyton Johnson off the left side to Maddox. She's been hot. Johnson ominously quiet. She's like a ticking time bomb. You're just kind of waiting till she goes off, right?
Exactly. I look forward to just back up to the volleyball line or so and hit one.
Yeah, Eastern has now dropped into a 2-3 zone. They pulled off of that double chaser, and it works. As this Schumacher with a steal and a turnover. Is it too little too late, though? Martin out top. As Peebles remains in this man-to-man you were talking about. To Grimes to Martin. Back to Schumacher, and again, this time Mobley. to Grimes. And it's interesting. Some of the Eastern players don't even look to score. Martin off the left side, driving in, and it's rejected. Good defense by Smalley, but nice pickup by Grimes. Back it'll go to Litzinger.
Yeah, you definitely noticed that some of the players just don't look like they're going to be comfortable shooting.
Now to Martin. Martin off the screen to Schumacher for a three. It's up, no. Rebound underneath. Peyton Johnson ends up with it. 46 seconds to go in our first half. Back out to Johnson, now to Smalley. Skip pass. Maddox for a three. Nope, that won't stay down. Rebound backside. Saved by Grimes, but it ends up back to Peebles. Down to 28 seconds. Maddox in trouble in the corner, goes to Johnson. Back out to Johnson again. And Johnson has it out top. And again, Eastern in this 2-3 zone. Peebles struggling with it a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that'll end the half. The score, 31-13. Peebles leads Eastern. Up next, it's the Bears Chevrolet halftime report here on Good Guys Radio TV and C103.
Do you have a roofing or siding project? At Higgins, they manufacture steel roofing and siding every business day. With 17 colors in stock and 70,000 pieces of trim, they are prepared to ship your project immediately. Remember Higgins for your 40-year warranted, Energy Star compliant, American-made steel roofing and siding. Located 7 miles west of Hillsboro on US Route 50 and on AC Avenue, just off 35 in Jackson. Call 800-782-4239 or visit them on the web at higginsroofing.com.
We could make a big, loud, expensive promo to talk about our high school sports coverage. Instead, we'll let our coverage speak for itself.
Plenty of time for a catch and release, and
oh, he drains it!
Right side, he pulls up for the three, he hits.
We're sitting on pins and needles, and it is good.
Cherry picking out a hit, she goes.
With the tomahawk finish.
Goes up, two-hand monster dunk.
Your home for SHAC Sports, C103 and Good Guys Radio TV.
In this community, they call the fire department when the days go bad and they don't know what to do.
There'll be a family member and will come up and give me a hug or shake my hand and say, hey, you took care of my dad X number of years ago, and they just wanted to say thank you and how much it meant to them. Things like that just keep me going. I'm ready to come back and do it again.
I try to take pride in every single thing that I do. When I'm needed in the community, I don't want them to ever think that I could have done more.
And that's the beauty of volunteers. There's nothing stronger than the heart of a volunteer.
Quarters, Peebles outscored Eastern 24-9 in that first quarter, and that's really the difference in the ballgame because they only outscored them by 3 in the second quarter, 7-4. At the half, the score 31-13. We're up next. It's Sarah Rigdon with the Higgins Steel Roofing Studio Update. Right after this on Good Guys Radio TV and C103 as we continue the Barry's Chevrolet halftime report.
Team sports teach the young men and women of our community how to work together to achieve a common goal. They also reinforce other character traits such as respect, dedication, and self-discipline. The family of Wallace Thompson Funeral Homes with locations in Peebles, Seaman, and Winchester salute the teams of the Southern Hills Athletic Conference and wish you the best of luck. The family of Wallace Thompson Funeral Homes, providing the care and service that you and your family deserve.
Who is Barry Chevrolet? Why don't you ask your friends and neighbors? Because after 70 years and 4 generations in the automotive industry, odds are we've made a happy customer out of somebody you know. Hard-working, proud Americans drive Chevrolets, and that's why we sell them at Barry's. Hats off to everybody driving a Silverado truck. You're my kind of people. Barry Chevrolet, your best deal dealer.
Our beliefs matter. They're reflected in our words and actions. At First State Bank, we believe in treating people well, and we've been doing just that since 1884. Listening, caring, looking out for each other. It's what people deserve. It's what a real local bank does. While lots of things have changed over the years, our belief in the people of this community hasn't. First State Bank, built on belief. Member FDIC.
Taste the snappy tomato pizza difference for yourself. Order from Seaman at 937-386-1010 or from West Union at 937-544-5583. Order online at snappytomato.com. Gas mileage is very important when the price of gas just keeps going up. And if you're driving around on old worn-out tires, you're wasting gas. Vehicle out of alignment? That's another gas sucker. Check engine light on? Yep, that's just more gas down the tailpipe. Get the most out of every gallon of gas with a visit to Tanya's Tires, Service and Rental in West Union. Located on Lloyd Road between West Union High School and West Union Elementary. Call 937-544-4106 to schedule your appointment today. Trust Tanya's care for your auto repair at Tanya's Tires, Service and Rental in West Union. Now offering alignments and service for tractor tires.
I wanted to prove to myself that I could go to college and get my degree.
What if I went to Southern State? What if I'm able to go and become that nurse or that lawyer or that teacher? Southern State Community College allows students to rise above the circumstances that they're surrounded by and become something more than they ever dreamed possible.
That's the sound of your truck losing you money. Whether you're a major trucking operation or an independent owner, you're losing business. Let me give you some advice. Call Willie & Son Trucking. Their certified Caterpillar, Cummins, and Detroit experts can get your truck moving so you can get back to doing business. Call Willie & Son Trucking for an overhaul or glider kit rebuild at 937-763-9521. Keep your business rolling with Willie & Son Trucking.
Do you have a roofing or siding project? At Higgins, they manufacture steel roofing and siding every business day. With 17 colors in stock and 70,000 pieces of trim, they are prepared to ship your project immediately. Remember Higgins for your 40-year warranted, Energy Star compliant, American-made steel roofing and siding. Located 7 miles west of Hillsboro on US Route 50 and on AC Avenue, just off 35 in Jackson. Call 800-782-4239 or visit them on the web at higginsroofing.com.
We come back to Barry's Chevrolet halftime report, and this ball game, Peebles, they jumped out to a 13-1 lead before Eastern hit their first field goal, and that kind of sets up the entire ball game. Eastern just struggles offensively, don't they?
Yeah, it's really tough for them. They only have a few players. Nobody averages double figures, and some of them are very hesitant to shoot, so it's a struggle for them.
But are they completely out of the game? No, because they scored within 3 points of Eastern in that, Peebles in that second quarter. They're going to have to do better than what they're doing now, aren't they?
Yeah, they picked up the defense a little bit and did well to stay with Peebles on that second quarter. But when you're down by 18, you dug yourself this kind of hole. You're going to have to do a little bit more.
We'll see what they do. That concludes the Barry Chevrolet halftime report. We're back after this on Good Guys Radio TV and C103.
We could make a big, loud, expensive promo to talk about our high school sports coverage. Instead, we'll let our coverage speak for itself.
Plenty of time for a catch and release, and oh, he drains it!
Right side, he pulls up for the three, he hits.
We're sitting on pins and needles, and it is good.
Cherry picking out of hit, she goes.
With the tomahawk finish.
Goes up, two-hand monster dunk.
Your home for SHAC Sports, C103, and Good Guys Radio TV.
In this community, they call the fire department when the days go bad and they don't know what to do.
There'll be a family member and will come up and give me a hug or shake my hand and say, hey, you took care of my dad X number of years ago, and they just wanted to say thank you and how much it meant to them. Things like that just keep me going. I'm ready to come back and do it again.
I try to take pride in every single thing that I do. When I'm needed in the community, I don't want them to ever think that I could have done more.
And that's the beauty of volunteers. There's nothing stronger than the heart of a volunteer.
We're about to begin the second half, ladies and gentlemen. We certainly appreciate you hanging in there with us. Higgins Steel Roofing Studio update every halftime of every ball game. And, of course, our Barry Chevrolet halftime report as well. We're about to begin the second half of this ball game. The score 31-13. It is Peebles. They've jumped out to a big lead here. Can Eastern close that gap? I don't know, because in the second quarter they played pretty close. 7-4. It was in that first quarter, though, when Peebles outscored Eastern 24-9. And I think they're looking for a different basketball.
The referees are playing hide and seek with the basketball.
I guess so. Peyton Johnson will start the second half with the ball. She'll swing it far right side to Smalley. They try to go inside to Carroll, who sat the bench most of the first half in foul trouble. And the ball is deflected. Eastern gets it on a turnover. Mobley goes right side against Johnson. Dribbling. Bounce pass. In she'll go there to Belmont. Belmont working against Carroll. Now to Schumacher. Schumacher over the top of Gray. Up and in.
Excellent start for the Lady Warriors.
31-15. Yeah, turnover and 2 points. Not bad. Peyton Johnson now again. That young lady doesn't lead the league in one category. She drives in off the left side for a leaner. Nope. Stick back Carroll. Nope. Rebound underneath. It's down to Belmont. No. Johnson with the steal. Dribbles around. Goes far right side to Maddox. Maddox. Shot up. Yes. Peyton Johnson doesn't lead the league in one category. She doesn't lead it in two. She doesn't lead it in three. She leads the league in 4 out of the 6 published categories. That's pretty special. I can't remember the last time I saw a player do that.
No, I was very impressed to see that she leads the league in rebounds.
Well, leads the scoring, the obvious one, 23.5. And assists, point guard, that makes sense, 5.5. Steals, maybe 5.9, but yes, she's not very big. Also in rebounds, averaging 9.6 rebounds per game. You talk about all-purpose player. Shot by Smalley, no good. Rebound back to Maddox, and she'll move her feet and travel.
Yeah, she's almost averaging a double-double in rebounds.
On the average.
On average, right.
On average. So she's got to be doing double-doubles. She's got to be doing some triples.
Yeah, I believe the last game I did of Peebles against Mason County was a triple-double for Miss Johnson. It's very impressive.
Belmont at the foul line. Back out for a quick shot. Up off the left side. It's a three. It's up and in. Clara Martin.
Clara Martin also 9 points, all three-pointers.
33-18 now the score. Peebles Eastern back within 15. That's the margin, by the way, that Ben Higgins said that Johnson, a nice little jump shot. They want that 15-point lead. Make it 17 as she makes it 35-18. As Belmont has it. To Schumacher again. A little half hook. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
Up and in.
Nice shot, Tabby Shoemaker. She's got 9 points for the Eastern Lady Warriors.
Join Ben Higgins, game days at 4:45 and just before tip-off for the SHAC pregame report. Brought to you by Ron Lynch and Edward Jones Investments in Maysville and Peebles Save a Lot. As a little bounce, tried to do a little hook pass. It's taken away. Good defense there on the part of Letzinger. Eastern gets the ball again. 5 minutes to go, third quarter. Belmont gets it. Brings Carroll out off the left elbow. Once again, 4:50 to go in the third. And in this quarter, Eastern has outscored Peebles 7-4, but it's going to take a lot more than that. Bounce pass right side. Shot up. Yes, it's up and good.
Tabby Schumacher now has doubled her season average. She has 11 points now.
35-22 the score. Cuts that lead to 13. They get this down to single digits. We've got a ball game and almost a takeaway. Schumacher interrupted the pass.
Yeah, you never know. Once you get it down to a certain point, the momentum is definitely switched.
Johnson swings it left side here to Maddox, right here in front of us. Back out to Smalley, to Maddox. She'll dish it over to Johnson. And it's interesting, when the tide changed is when Eastern pulled the two chasers off of Johnson.
They've gone into just a straight 2-3 now.
They did that, about the beginning, was the beginning of the second quarter, a little bit into it. As Johnson into the paint, has the ball knocked away. Belmont comes out of there with it. I think that was somebody, I shouldn't say, but I think it was Martin got a hand on it there. Bounce pass to Belmont. Back to Schumacher again. Bounce pass right side. Martin for a 2. No, that's one of those jumps straight up near you thought it'd come down. It did not. Cadence Carroll, nice rebound. Out ahead right side to Johnson. Peebles with the ball. Smalley. Peebles leading, 35-22. Third quarter action here as Johnson for a 3. No, off the rim. Rebound. Down again, Litzinger. This coverage sponsored by Southern State Community College. Visit sscc.edu to begin your pathway to completion today. Nice bounce pass behind the defense, and Belmont couldn't get the shot to stay down, but she puts it back up and in. We've got timeout on the floor. We're back after this on Good Guys Radio TV and C103.
Team sports teach the young men and women of our community how to work together to achieve a common goal. They also reinforce other character traits such as respect, dedication, and self-discipline. The family of Wallace Thompson Funeral Homes with locations in Peebles, Seaman, and Winchester salute the teams of the Southern Hills Athletic Conference and wish you the best of luck. The family of Wallace Thompson Funeral Homes, providing the care and service that you and your family deserve.
Who is Barry Chevrolet? Why don't you ask your friends and neighbors? Because after 70 years and 4 generations in the automotive industry, odds are we've made a happy customer out of somebody you know. Hard-working, proud Americans drive Chevrolets, and that's why we sell them at Barry's. Hats off to everybody driving a Silverado truck. You're my kind of people. Barry Chevrolet, your best deal dealer.
Our beliefs matter. They're reflected in our words and actions. At First State Bank, we believe in treating people well, and we've been doing just that since 1884. Listening, caring, looking out for each other. It's what people deserve. It's what a real local bank does. While lots of things have changed over the years, our belief in the people of this community hasn't. First State Bank, built on belief. Member FDIC.
Mentioned, didn't they?
Yeah, she was not happy with her team during that timeout.
As once again, Litzinger drives in, a little runner, up and in!
Here we go, another 2. Emma Litzinger gets on the board.
And I said if they got single digits, they just did. It's a 9-point ball game. Smalley to Maddox. Left side to Johnson. Back out to Smalley. To Johnson. And in trouble. Out to Smalley. To Maddox again. And yet the interesting thing is Eastern's doing a good job of staying home on this 2-3.
Putting just enough pressure on the three-point shooters to where they can't get the shot off.
We'll get a foul as they forced it inside to Carroll. And Cadence Carroll will go to the foul line.
Foul goes against Emma Litzinger. That is number 2 on Emma.
Join us before each game as we bring you the Southern Hills Community Bank Tip-Off Show. That's presented by Southern Hills Community Bank, featuring 8 locations across Adams, Brown, and Highland counties. First foul shot, she makes it. 36-26. That'll extend that lead back out to 10. Second foul shot, nice high-arching foul shot, makes it 37-26. Now, Eastern cannot let up on the offense. In the first half, as we said, they looked like they weren't even interested at shooting at times, and they have reversed that trend here in the third quarter. They need to continue with that. As Baldwin Mobley off the wing, back out again to Litzinger.
The Peebles pressed on that, made free throws, but Eastern beat it very easily.
Belmont just outside the paint, up and in.
Emily Belmont, 4 points.
37-28, back to that 9-point margin. Once again, thanks to our producer-director, our Good Guys Radio TV, Maggie Dean. Don't forget, if you're driving around, you're listening to us or whatever, you're listening on C103, you can go home and watch this on Good Guys Radio TV at goodguysradiotv.com. You can listen to it on C103's Facebook page, or watch it, excuse me. You can also watch it on YouTube. We've got it available in all those 3 opportunities. The best place to go is Good Guys Radio TV, and you can watch it as many times as you want. You can watch it live, or after the game's over, come back and watch it again. As a takeaway, pass cross-court, Litzinger ends up with it. Down to 14 seconds. Peebles decide to take some air out of the basketball, but and one. Oh, my goodness. Emma Litzinger just pulled her team within 7. She can cut that lead to 6.
Cadence Carroll picks up number 3.
37-30. What a play by Litzinger. They gave her continuation. She hits a foul shot. 37-31 now.
Correction, that foul was on Abigail Smalley.
Down to 6 seconds. Can Peebles answer back before the bell? And a shot off the right side. Nope, we'll end the quarter, 37-31. It is. Peebles leading Eastern. Back after this on Good Guys Radio TV and C103.
Taste the snappy tomato pizza difference for yourself. Order from Seaman at 937-386-1010 or from West Union at 937-544-5583. Order online at snappytomato.com.
Craig Campbell, did you see this coming?
No, sir, I did not. Coach Kevin Pickrell must have said something nice in the locker room to get these ladies motivated.
I think it probably wasn't nice, but yes, you're right. But you know what, folks, this is no disrespect to Eastern, but they gave up 24 points in the first quarter. Who can imagine they'll come back and outscore, and gave up 24 and only scored 9. Who can imagine they come back in the third quarter trailing by 18 points and outscore Peebles 18-6 in the third quarter?
Yeah, you couldn't have told us that, and nobody would have believed you.
And once again, the young lady that had a and one there to end the third quarter has the basketball. Miss Emma Litzinger drives in for a reverse layup, misses it, but on the follow, Belmont has it, and she'll be fouled, and she'll go to the foul line. It's time for that scoreboard update. Brought to you by Jeff Newman and his staff at H&R Block in West Union, the tax professionals. The score is 37-31. As off the inbound shot, no good, and shot back up, no good. It's loose on the floor. Who's got it? Who's got it? Maddox for Peebles.
That foul was against Caden Smalley, her third, and she's going to be replaced by Riley Barr.
Yes. We'll have a foul called against Eastern.
Emily Belmont with that foul.
7:21 to go to our ball game. It's a 6-point game. These two met back on January 18th, the first time of two meetings this year. It was Peebles winning at 37-23. Johnson hits the first foul shot and misses the second. Belmont on the rebound off the missed foul shot. Out to Schumacher, to Mobley. Mobley will go left side. Bounce pass over there now to Litzinger. Bounce pass out of bounds, and it'll go the other way. Nope, it'll be back to Eastern again. Stick around after the final buzzer as we wrap up the game with stats, comments, and much more in the Willie & Son Trucking post-game show. Mobley, little ball fake, goes back out there again to Litzinger. Now, as they go inside to Shoemaker, shot up, nope, she's fouled. That's what I was talking about that Eastern is doing so well and Peebles is struggling with. They're not staying home, are they?
Now, Peebles is, they're playing that nice zone defense, but then they just have a mental lapse and let Eastern get it on the inside.
Well, and when they do, and what I'm talking about when I say stay home, they have a tendency to overcover, and the first foul shot's up and in, make it 38-32, I should say. She hits both of them, make it 38-33, and that cuts that lead to 5 now. 6:51 to go in the fourth quarter.
Not necessarily seeing any panic by Peebles, but a little uneasiness.
It's got the attention of the Eastern fans. They're awake. Johnson to Maddox. Out there for Peebles, by the way, it's Johnson, Maddox, Gray, Barr, and that's Riley Barr, by the way, and Smalley for Eastern. On the other side, it's Litzinger, Mobley, Martin, Belmont, and Schumacher. Now Johnson goes baseline. Shot up and in. Wow.
That's a good way to take care of business.
40-33. Peebles back up by 7. Bounce pass ahead, left side to Belmont. And it's taken away, Steele Johnson. Johnson driving ahead, tries to dribble behind her back, but loses away and recovers and puts it up and in. 4 quick points. And that quickly, Johnson almost single-handedly, single-handedly puts her team back up by 9. Skip pass back over now to Litzinger. Now let's see, as we'll get a foul call, let's see if Eastern can keep their composure here, which is what usually hurts a team that's doing the middle of a comeback.
Lydia Maddox with that foul for the Lady Indians, her first.
You have to expect that Eastern's going to push, Peebles is going to push back, and that's exactly what's happening now.
Peebles goes back to the man-to-man pressure defense.
Into Litzinger. Off the left side there to Mobley. Bounce pass. Back over to Schumacher again. And a little stop and pop. Up and in. Claire Martin gets 2 for Eastern.
Very nice move by Martin. She faked to the right, went to the left. Nice little jumper, 11 points.
Cut that lead back to 7 again. 42-37. Smalley. Left side now to Johnson. Smalley to Gray. Back off right side to Maddox. And a foul called against Eastern.
Emma Litzinger with that foul for the Lady Warriors.
Listen in to C103 everywhere you are. Download our free app. Listen online at c103.fm, or even ask your Alexa device to play C103 Country. I said that we archive our TV show, we also archive our audio. So if you'd like to listen to this ball game, maybe you're driving to work or whatever, you'd like to listen to it, it is available at c103.fm. Just go to c103.fm, go to the archives, and or you can download our app, would be even better, and we'll have a shot up, no good, a shot back up, no good. And Peyton Johnson goes to the foul line.
Emily Belmont, the foul. That's 2 on her. She's going to send Peyton Johnson to the line.
We'll honor one outstanding athlete as the Snappy Tomato Pizza and West Union and Seaman player of the game right after the final buzzer.
5-4-7 for Peyton Johnson up to this point.
Score just in, Fairfield defeats Manchester. And I have to pull that, 57-21.
Johnson quietly up to 18 points.
Wow. We go the other direction. It's out of bounds. It'll be off Eastern. Off Peebles. It'll Eastern will get it back. 4:35 to go in our fourth and final quarter. 42-35. It's a 7-point game. We have a problem, with the possession arrow? Is that what they're complaining about?
I'm not sure, but we've got Jeff Naylor and Brent Gilliland on the job.
I think they're saying the score's 44-35. What do you have? I've got 42-35.
I'd have to add it up real quick. Let's see.
I don't hear anybody from the scorebook complaining. I think they were right. I think it's 42-35. Nope, they're going to say it's 44. Okay. My bad.
Yeah, I added up quickly and had 42 as well.
Made me feel a little better because I'm not the only one thought it was 42, but as inbounds, it'll come now. Out top there to Litzinger. You get 42?
I do.
That's weird. 44-35. Wouldn't that be interesting if there's a mistake? And we get down close to the end as off the right side, Litzinger. Bounce pass back to Shoemaker. To Mobley. Mobley working against Johnson. Bounce pass to Belmont. The ball's loose. And yes, we'll get a travel call against Peebles. Turnover comes back to Eastern. Still lots of time for either one of these ball clubs. 3:55 to go. 44-35 is the score. As a little cut by Schumacher in off the inbounds, up and in. 44-37.
15 now for Tabby Schumacher.
What a game she's having. Timeout on the floor. We're back after this on Good Guys Radio TV and C103.
Gas mileage is very important when the price of gas just keeps going up. And if you're driving around on old worn-out tires, you're wasting gas. Vehicle out of alignment? That's another gas sucker. Check engine light on? Yep, that's just more gas down the tailpipe. Get the most out of every gallon of gas with a visit to Tanya's Tires, Service and Rental in West Union. Located on Lloyd Road between West Union High School and West Union Elementary. Call 937-544-4106 to schedule your appointment today. Trust Tanya's care for your auto repair at Tanya's Tire, Service and Rental in West Union. Now offering alignments and service for tractor tires.
Oh, and the scorebook had the score right, of course. You know, don't ever depend on me to have it. Score is 44-37. I had 42. We won't pick on Craig, but Craig had the same thing, folks. But anyway.
Trying to get this, look over this guy's shoulder and fix where I'm wrong.
Better watch it. He may smack you or something. 3:39 to go as Peyton Johnson's who's going to stand out at midcourt. They're trying to pull Eastern out of this zone. Peebles is not enjoying this zone at all, and they do. As Coach Kevin Pickrell says, okay, come on out. We're going to have to go after them. Now off the left side, they'll go to Maddox. And back out to Johnson again, 3:17. And I mean, Johnson could stand out there at that midcourt literally for 7 minutes and they win the ball game, or for 3 minutes and they win the ball game. Johnson with Mobley on her like glue. You're still adding that up, aren't you?
I still am, but I guess I just did some addition wrong because I just did it again for the third time, and it is 44.
Now, did you do the addition wrong when you got 42 or when you got 44?
That's a good point. So,
see, that's the kind of thing when I start doing that, then I can't figure out which one was right. 2:47 to go in the ball game, and we have a foul called against Eastern.
Jenna Mobley with that first foul.
And bounce to Johnson. Back out again to Maddox, and Eastern's in a pickle right now because they don't want to foul him. This is a nice foul-shooting ball club, Peebles says. You certainly don't want to put Peyton Johnson at the foul line. And now again, they're standing out on the wing. Mobley will have to come out and get her again. Hand off to Johnson. 2:26 to go. And we're going to get a foul called against Eastern.
Tabby Schumacher with that foul. That's number 2 on her, and that will be the team 5th.
Time for the scoreboard update, brought to you by H&R Block in West Union, your tax and financial partner. The score is Peebles 44, Eastern 37. Johnson at the foul line hits the foul shot. Lead back to 8 now. Not insurmountable. She makes the second one. She's still having a great night, isn't she?
She is. 8 out of 10 from the free throw line, up to 20 points now.
2:21 to go. Now, the other issue with Eastern, not only do you have to get the basketball on the defense, but you've got to score every time down the floor right now the way Peebles is setting this up.
Peebles not going to let off either with the tough man-to-man right now.
Martin to Litzinger. Litzinger. Couple crossovers. Oh, did a nice job getting the defense cleared off. And we'll get a foul called underneath against Peebles.
Yeah, Peyton Johnson will pick that foul up. That's only her first of the game.
Next foul committed by Peebles will have both teams shooting 2 on every foul committed. And once again, out it goes to Litzinger, but Eastern can't afford to do much of this move as to Mobley. They need some points. Litzinger has it out off the left wing. Skip pass back over to Martin. Back over again to Litzinger. Litzinger into the paint. Hook pass back to Schumacher. Shot up and in. Nice little give and go. Little outlet pass after they get inside. Make it 46-39. We're back to a 7-point game.
Yeah, that was all about the penetration and the assist.
And they did a very nice job of lulling Peebles' defense, but the problem is we're now down to a minute 16. As almost a takeaway. Instead, we'll have a held ball, and it'll be a turnover as which way is that?
It is going to stay with Peebles. Lydia Maddox took a shot to the elbow, and she's going to be replaced by Maria Unger.
Also into the game, by the way, Cadence Carroll back in the game. I don't think she was in before, was she?
No, she was not. I missed her.
She said she missed you too. Unger. I'm only kidding, folks.
That's a good
one.
one.
Only kidding. No. It's Monday night. As Unger at the foul line, she's been fouled.
Emily Belmont with that foul. That's number 3 on her all in this quarter, sending Maria Unger for the double bonus or whatever we're going to call it, penalty.
Look at this. 3 taller players back, and Peyton Johnson the only rebounder at the basket for Peebles. First foul shot is up and good.
Riley Barr into the game for Abigail Smalley.
47-39 the score now. Second one, up and good. 48-39. Back to that 9-point difference. 1 minute to go. They have to score now, and they have to score pretty quickly. Litzinger drives in, They'll get her for a travel.
Offense, defense substitution. Abigail Smalley in for Maria Unger. Eastern picking up full court.
And out ahead, Johnson with the basketball, dribbles around and loses it away. Turnover. Eastern needed it back quick, and that's just exactly what they got. Now let's see if they can do something with it. Peebles Lady Indians, they just need to get a stop. This game's over. This is a very, very important transition here. Far right side to Martin. Bounce pass back out. She'll go baseline. They'll go to inside to Belmont. Partially blocked by Carroll. We'll have a scramble for the ball.
We're going to have a foul called, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, that foul is going to go against Emily Belmont.
We're going to walk the other way. Peebles could pretty much ice this game right here. They're up by 9 now. That lead was cut to as little as 6 at one point.
Carroll 2 for 2 so far in the game. Goes to the line, and now she's 3 for 3.
Actually, it was cut to 5 at one point. 10-point ball game, and it's up, make it 11. Eastern with the ball, and a quick score, 23. As Litzinger tries to do a cross pass, instead steps on the baseline. It'll be a turnover. 18 seconds to go. Peebles Lady Indians are going to get it. Barr will put the ball in play to Johnson. Johnson ahead right side to Smalley. Smalley caught in a trap area. She's fouled. We're down to 12 seconds. The score 50-39. And you know what, Craig? It won't be the first time I've said this, but this one is certainly accurate when I say this score will not represent the way this game was actually played, will it?
No, it was a game of runs there. You know, Peebles started out crazy good, and then Eastern started out in the third quarter and pulled within 5, like you said. So this final score is not going to be indicative of the way the game was played.
Emily Belmont, the 5'8 senior, fouls out. To a nice round of applause from the Eastern fans as Smalley at the foul line misses a foul shot. And she makes a second. 51-39 the score.
6 points for Abigail Smalley.
Martin has it out top, down to 6 seconds. Martin for a long 3, out top. High off the back, nope. Rebound tipped around. That'll end the game. Final score, 51-39. It is Eastern losing to Peebles here on their home floor as the Peebles Lady Indians improve their record to 9-2 in league play, 17-2 overall. Eastern, on the other hand, drops to 4-8 and 6-11. And depending on what happens between North Adams and Lynchburg Clay, Peebles currently, and when the night's over, is going to be tied for second with somebody in the SHAC Division I. Scoring by the quarters, though, what an interesting ball game this is. When you look at the scoring, as it was Peebles winning the first quarter 24-9, and yet Peebles comes back, Eastern comes back, and loses it by only 12. We'll tell you how that happened, individual and team stats, as we begin our Willie & Son Trucking postgame show right after this on Good Guys Radio TV and C103.
I wanted to prove to myself that I could go to college and get my degree.
What if I went to Southern State? What if I'm able to go and become that nurse or that lawyer or that teacher? Southern State Community College allows students to rise above the circumstances that they're surrounded by and become something more than they ever dreamed possible.
That's the sound of your truck losing you money. Whether you're a major trucking operation or an independent owner, you're losing business. Let me give you some advice. Call Willie & Son Trucking. Their certified Caterpillar, Cummins, and Detroit experts can get your truck moving so you can get back to doing business. Call Willie & Son Trucking for an overhaul or glider kit rebuild at 937-763-9521. Keep your business rolling with Willie & Son Trucking.
Do you have a roofing or siding project? At Higgins, they manufacture steel roofing and siding every business day. With 17 colors in stock and 70,000 pieces of trim, they are prepared to ship your project immediately. Remember Higgins for your 40-year warranted, Energy Star compliant, American-made steel roofing and siding. Located 7 miles west of Hillsboro on US Route 50 and on AC Avenue, just off 35 in Jackson. Call 800-782-4239 or visit them on the web at higginsroofing.com.
Quarter, and it looked like it was going to be a blowout. It looked like it might even go to a running clock. But in the second quarter, Eastern dropped back into a 3-2 zone, and Peebles had trouble with it. They only won the quarter 7-4, taking a 31-13 lead into the locker room at the half. Third quarter, Eastern came out like a house of fire and outscored Peebles 18-6. They were trailing only by 6 at the three-quarter mark, 37-31. At one point, they were able to even cut it to 5 at 38-33. But then it was back and forth as Peebles pulled it out by outscoring Eastern 14-8 in that fourth and final quarter and winning the game 51-39. It was a critical juncture when there was just a little less than a minute to go when Eastern was, when Peebles was able to stretch that margin back out to 10, and it was too much for Eastern to come back from. Later this week we have lots of basketball. It's that time of year, and don't forget Monday our tournament draw will be out. We'll tell you who we're going to cover, where we're going to cover, and what's happening, who's playing who. Tomorrow night, though, it'll be White Oak at Peebles in a boys basketball game. Myself and Brett Spencer will bring you that from Peebles High School. Thursday night, Lynchburg Clay at West Union and Fayetteville at White Oak. Fayetteville at White Oak on our sister station, 99.5 The Edge. And about to join us will be Sydney Pell as we're about to move now to our ACRMC Coaches Comment Show right after this on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV.
We could make a big, loud, expensive promo to talk about our high school sports coverage. Instead, we'll let our coverage speak for itself.
Plenty of time for a catch and release, and oh, he drains it!
Right side, he pulls up for the 3, he hits.
We're sitting on pins and needles, and it is good.
Cherry picking out a hit, she goes!
With the tomahawk finish.
Goes up, two-hand monster dunk.
Your home for SHAC Sports, C103 and Good Guys Radio TV.
We come back, ladies and gentlemen. It's the ACRMC Coaches Comment Show. And joining me, head coach Sydney Pell. Sydney, they always say it's why they play the games. You come out, looked like it might even go to a running clock.
Yeah, we played really well early, and then we came out real flat out of the locker room, which we have a tendency to do. And we started playing again in the fourth quarter because we had to, but we had a really bad third quarter tonight.
Well, that second quarter, though, Eastern dropped into that 3-2 zone, and I think they caught you a little bit off guard, didn't they?
Right, yeah. Our 2-3, we were not being aggressive. We weren't looking to shoot the ball. So we got to definitely work on that. We weren't quite ready for it tonight, but, yeah, when they switched to it, it definitely gave us some issues.
Well, your preparation was excellent because first time you guys met, They put 2 chasers on Peyton Johnson. And I said this earlier. You often see a chaser or a boxing one or whatever. Rarely do I ever see 2 chasers. But they tried again tonight, and you guys didn't have a bit of problems with it.
We were ready for that one. We knew some other girls had to step up, knock some shots down. I thought Lydia Maddox did a really good job. Riley Barr did too. She put in some points when we needed them. Both those girls are not two girls that normally put points on the board for us, but they both did tonight and we needed them.
And you already mentioned Lydia. What a nice game she had tonight. And Riley Barr off the bench, a great game she had as well. But what do you tell the girls? Okay, you come back out here, and this is a ball club, well coached,
absolutely,
a fundamentally strong team, and not necessarily a good offensive ball club. But what do you say to them after that third quarter?
We just have to be better defensively. We felt like we gave up too easy of looks. That's something that we talk about a lot, is make them make difficult shots. And Eastern obviously put the ball in the basket very well that quarter, but we didn't have as much pressure as we should have on some of their defense. So we stepped it up a little bit in the fourth quarter after I had to get onto them a little bit. But props to Eastern, they played very well.
Well, and this is a good tournament game for you,
sure,
a prep game, because here you come down, you're down the point, you got to win, because tonight Lynchburg Clay's playing North Adams. Somebody's going to lose, and you're going to be tied for second place. The league is not over yet.
Absolutely. We still got Lynchburg left, and, tournament draws coming up this weekend. So, like we said before the game, we got to make sure we take care of business here, because there are a lot of other games that have huge potential to affect us in the league and the tournament.
Right, and when I mentioned good tournament game, when you're going to take punches.
Right.
I mean, good teams come back. Good teams punch you back.
Absolutely.
And you guys stood the test in the fourth quarter, especially there in that last minute, and you got it done.
Yeah. That's what we talked about in the locker room. Good teams find a way to win. We didn't necessarily play great tonight, but we played good enough down the stretch. We figured it out to make sure we sealed the deal. But, yeah, we definitely had to go through some adversity there in the third quarter before we figured it out.
Well, you overcame some things like some foul trouble. You overcame some underperforming, I'll say, offense for a time there.
Sure.
But, again, your go-to's always there, isn't she?
Peyton Johnson makes my job a little bit easier.
A little bit?
Just a little bit. She's a competitor. She wants to win. A lot of times the girls listen to her more than they listen to me. She got onto him pretty hard in the third quarter, so they knew they had to come out and play. But, when we need a bucket, we know who we need to get the ball to, and she normally answers or, makes a play, even if it's not offensively. Defensively, she just knows how to win.
Well, good win for you with the tournament draw coming this weekend, that RPI, the new way. It's your position pretty good to have a pretty good draw, as long as you can take care of business, as you say.
Sure. We knew we had to win this one tonight. Then we just got one more game before the draw. We're sitting at a 2 seed right now. That could move around slightly, just depending on some other games. But, we really like where we're sitting right now, as long as we finish it out. We got Ripley left. We want to make sure we finish that one out, and hopefully we get a good tournament draw there.
Yeah, and then you turn around and go back to next week chasing that
then we get
championship.
Sure. This week's kind of about the district draw, and then we get back to going for the SHAC,
because
we're going to have a shot at second place either way, depending on could be first, could be second tonight, depending on who wins.
Sydney, congratulations.
Thank you.
Great win. Fun watching your ball club.
Thank you.
Sydney Powell with the Peebles Lady Indians. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back. We'll name our Snappy Tomato Pizza Player of the Game and give you individual team stats for both ball clubs. But first, this here on Good Guys Radio TV and C103.
We could make a big, loud, expensive promo to talk about our high school sports coverage. Instead, we'll let our coverage speak for itself.
Plenty of time for a catch and release, and oh, he drains it!
Right side, he pulls up for the three, he hits.
We're sitting on pins and needles, and it is good.
Cherry picking out a hit, she goes!
With the tomahawk finish.
Goes up, two-hand monster dunk.
Your home for SHAC Sports, C103 and Good Guys Radio TV.
In this community, they call the fire department when the days go bad and they don't know what to do.
There'll be a family member and will come up and give me a hug or shake my hand and say, hey, you took care of my dad X number of years ago. And they just wanted to say thank you and how much it meant to them. Things like that just keep me going. I'm ready to come back and do it again.
I try to take pride in every single thing that I do. When I'm needed in the community, I don't want them to ever think that I could have done more.
And that's the beauty of volunteers. There's nothing stronger than the heart of a volunteer.
Team sports teach the young men and women of our community how to work together to achieve a common goal. They also reinforce other character traits such as respect, dedication, and self-discipline. The family of Wallace Thompson Funeral Homes with locations in Peebles, Seaman, and Winchester salute the teams of the Southern Hills Athletic Conference and wish you the best of luck. The family of Wallace Thompson Funeral Homes, providing the care and service that you and your family deserve.
Welcome back again, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Williamson Trucking post-game show. And now here is Craig Campbell with all the individual and team stats.
For the Eastern Lady Warriors, they had 5 players reach the scoring column. Madison Gould with 2 points, a single field goal. Emily Belmont had 2 field goals for 4 points. Emma Litzinger, 5 points. She went 1 for 1 from the free throw line. Clara Martin, 11 points. And leading all scorers, Tabby Schumacher came in averaging 5.1. She had 17 points, 3 for 4 from the free throw line. The Lady Warriors shot very well tonight, actually. 48% from inside the arc, 13 for 27. Outside the arc, they only shot 7 times. They made 2 of those. That came to 15 for 34 from the field, 44%. However, from the free throw line, 4 for 5 is very good, but only 5 attempts. That puts them at 80%. For the Lady Indians, came out ahead on the scoreboard. They had 7 players reach the scoring column. Riley Barr, 4 points, all from the field. Lydia Maddox, 3 big threes and a single 2, so she had 11 points. Then we had Abigail Smalley, 6 points, 3 for 4 from the line. Cadence Carroll, 6 points. She went 4 for 4 from the line. Angel Gray, a single field goal, 2 points. And Maria Unger, 2 for 2 from the free throw line for 2 points. And then we had Miss Peyton Johnson, 20 points, 12 points from the field, and 8 for 10 from the free throw line. The Lady Indians shot very well. They didn't take a whole lot of shots. They were 15 for 30 from the field, 50%. 4 for 15 outside the arc, and 11 for 15 from the 2-point. The big difference in the game, though, if you paid attention to me just now, they both teams had 15 field goals. But the big difference in the game was the free throws by the Lady Indians. 17 out of 20, 85%, and that's where they obviously gained the big advantage on the scoreboard. 51-39, Lady Indians come out on top.
All right, it's now time to name our Snappy Tomato Pizza player of the game.
As always, there's a couple of role players that do a really great job, and we want to mention Lydia Maddox having 11 points and averaging 3.6. But then you look at Peyton Johnson. Like Don said in the middle of the game there, she leads the league in 4 different categories. She ended up with 20 points and seemed like a very quiet 20 points because 8 for 10 from the free throw line. That's above her average. And just with all those – with the ball in her hand all the time and all those points and rebounds, we have to give it to Miss Peyton Johnson.
Perfect example of where if you replace her with another good player, Peebles loses this ball club because Peyton is way beyond just a good player. Peyton is arguably, if not the best, one of the best players in the league. And she's a go-to player. That's what she did. She did what she's supposed to do, what the team needs her to do, and setting them up for tournament. Congratulations, Peyton Johnson, our Snappy Tomato Pizza player of the game. Once again, the final score 51-39. Peebles wins it. As again, Eastern drops to 4-8 and 6-11. And Peebles improves their record to 9-2 and 17-2. Stay tuned. Up next, it's a Higgins Steel Roofing Studio update with Sarah Rigdon. And, of course, as I said, we'll be back on the air tomorrow night. White Oak at Peebles and boys basketball. Tune in for that here on C103. And for Maggie Dean, Sarah Rigdon, and Craig Campbell, I'm Don Bowles wishing you a pleasant good evening on Good Guys Radio TV and C103.